This is Middle Class Matt from don'tbuythehype.blogspot.com, and I am the sports genius, and I am the battle-tested weekend warrior. I am the average fan who watches sports but continually and consistently knows more than the experts that get the big bucks. They make all the money. They're making 6, 7-digit salaries in sports, and I'm sitting at home from my armchair and out analyzing and out picking them. Well, I'm talking about football this week. I've already got a video that's pretty much me just talking about how great football is. Watch it if you're a football fan. You'll love it. But this is about Hard Knocks on HBO. HBO does the best sports reporting, the best sports stories. They have boxing on there. I love boxing. If you've watched any of this channel or any of my blog, I talk about boxing all the time. And I tend to talk about the more masculine sports anyway. But HBO does a great job. Now, when I first heard that the Miami Dolphins were going to be the Hard Knocks, I'm like, man, and I know they were like 8th or 9th choice, it seemed like. Like they wanted a whole bunch of other teams. I think they even offered the Jets again, and teams turned them down. It's kind of an invasion of privacy, but that's what makes the show great. And HBO could make anything great. ESPN tries to do that. They try to show these sports that nobody cares about and make it interesting. Like, I turn it on and there's female bowling on. Male bowling. It's all bad. And they want you to watch that stuff. HBO could make bowling interesting. They're that good. They make fights interesting on there on 24/7 that have no chance to be a good fight. I've seen fights that, they get knocked out. Boom! In the second round, and they've done 24/7 building up to it. But they make it interesting, and you actually buy the pay-per-view, or you tune in for the fight. So they're good. So Hard Knocks is always going to be interesting. But the reason I was really specifically interested in the Miami Dolphins, and I was looking for a reason, looking really hard. But the reason I was because they have a new coach, Joe Philbin. And I really wanted to see if he, would bring a different, sort of, how do I put it, a different atmosphere to this program. I mean, this is sunny, or team, I should say. Program's more of a college word. But this team, this is sunny Miami. This is where, girls in little bathing suits, nightclubs, dance music, that kind of stuff. I wanted to see if he could bring some discipline. And he is that type of person. He's an interesting personality. A lot of times the flashy personalities don't succeed always in the NFL. Look at, the Giants this year and their coach. Look at Bill Belichick, the best example. A lot of these, Nick Saban in college. A lot of these straightforward, all business kind of guys. And that's the way Coach Philbin is. He's definitely that kind of coach. So I thought it'd be interesting because this was specifically why I wanted to see Miami was him, and that why big free agents are running away from Miami. Look at their basketball team. Big free agents all coming to Miami. And why does nobody want to play football? Big names turned it down. Guys that they were looking at, and I think Tampa Bay signed some of the guys they were looking at. How did they beat out a great city like Miami? Top 5 media market. Beautiful women, nightclubs, good restaurants, celebrities, and yet nobody wants to go there. Now, I heard the vice president talk when they were doing the contract negotiations for Ryan Tannehill, and she sounded like she was tough, man. So maybe that's the reason, but I don't know. So I'm looking at it. Maybe it's ownership. I'm trying to figure out what's going on with the Miami Dolphins. So that's going to be interesting to see in the future. Now, the only thing that probably was really noteworthy in this one, there might be a few more things, but really noteworthy was Chad Ochocinco, now Johnson again. Chad Johnson with his bad language, which the coach then pulled him over on the sideline at one point and was talking, and asking him not to do that kind of thing, and he representing the team and that stuff. That's typical stuff, except for that it was kind of done in public. But that's the thing about 24/7. Everything's in the public. It was like when the Jets corner, I think it was Cromartie, who got up there and talked about his 7 kids from 5 different women. That made huge highlights. And that's what's cool about Hard Knocks. It's like the reality TV show for men. It's like the soap opera, real life, for men. Because The next day, that's all everyone wants to talk about is what happened in Hard Knocks. And Chad Ochocinco talked about his love life with his wife, or his lack of one when he wasn't playing well. No one knows if that guy's telling the truth. He's just nothing but trying to, he's a PR machine. He's good at it, but he's just trying to get publicity. So it was interesting, and they have the Dolphins have a quarterback controversy. That was interesting to see. I think everybody was talking about Ryan Tannehill's girlfriend, how good looking she is. She looks supermodel. Or cheerleader or something like that. So I'm sure people were talking about that. But it's interesting to see that dynamic with him. And he looks good. I'm not ready to sell out on him, but he does look good. So it's going to be interesting, and I'm going to do more Hard Knocks videos. So if you love Hard Knocks, tune in. See me, Middle Class Matt, talk about it. One side note, and that is tonight I watched in the preseason RG3. I'm not a big RG3 fan. Not a hater on him either. I said earlier when I talked about him compared to Luck, I think Luck's making the right decision, staying out of the media. But, and I think that he may even have the better season than Luck. I said that. If you go watch, if you look at my channel or my blog, you'll see RG3 versus Luck, who I thought would have the better season, better career. Talk about that already. But I said that I've never seen a man, run drills and move with the ball, throw the ball as quickly as he does. I'm not talking about the way he runs. I'm talking about like just the speed he does everything. He rolls out of the pocket. It's incredible. Well, tonight, RG3 looked like the man in that Redskins uniform. And I want to say old school because they've had it for 30 or 35 years. It's an old uniform, maybe more. And it's cool looking, man, with the gold and stuff. They haven't changed, and he looked cool in it. So this is Middle Class Matt. Check out my future Hard Knock videos, my other sports videos on this channel, and don't buy the hype. See you next time.